Hi, my name is Giddy Giddy. Many people have sent me this video, which was being played in town, in the CBD, when young Kenyans came out to protest against the financial bill 2024. I must say that as the composer of the music Unbogable, I am so happy and I'm so glad that this music is still relevant 20-something years after we composed it. And it has reminded me of that day that I came up with the word Unbogable. And it was exactly 20 years ago when I was still a young man in my 20s. And I can remember we were actually going through the same issues that young people are going through right now. Issues around, trying to find yourself in society where probably your parents don't have money to support you in campus. You have to struggle. You have to look for opportunities here and there which were not really available. So when we composed the song, it resonated with the situation at that time because we were under the previous KANU and Moi regime, and people were so tired. There was a lot of agitation that people want change. People just wanted Moi to go. People wanted Moi to get out of power so that we can start afresh. But at that time, Moi was also still having his own project. There are certain people that he wanted to take over. So people felt that he still want to rule us through proxies. And when he chose the former President Uhuru Kenyatta to be his successor, people got mad. People got mad. At the same time, we as young people at that time, because we were young millennials, we were also going through same issues, trying to find opportunities, but we couldn't find. I remember I was still in campus at that time. I was at KCA University, and one day I was seated at the reception there, and some people will come and ask me, Giddy, what's happening? Why are you just seated here? I'm telling him, nimezubatu hapa, lakini mambo iniendi vizuri maishani bwana. But I just feel I am unbogable. I am unbogable. So I used to use that word a lot. So people are asking me, hii unbogable naongea inamaanisha nini? I'm like, I'm unbogable. So one day, my friend Majimaji came to visit me in college. And I also mentioned that word along the way. Bwana mimi, nimechoka na mambo. I'm going through a lot, kimaisha, but I am unbogable. So he got interested. Akasema, hey, hiyo tunaweza unda kama song. I am unbogable. And that's how we started, singing the chorus. We were just having fun with it. Who can bogo me? Who can bogo me? I am unbogable. And eventually we decided to go to the studio. And that song was recorded the same night, same day. We went to the studio, told Ted Josiah that, what, we just feel tired with whatever is going on through with our lives and also in society right now. And that's the time that there was a lot of agitation that we need to get KANU out of power. So we went to the studio one night. We wrote the entire verses. The chorus we already had because I was already talking about unbogable, I am unbogable, I am unbogable. And the chorus, we put it. And in one night, we were able to record that song. So after recording the song, now it was up to our producer, Ted Josiah, to kind of, release it to the public. And I remember when it first came out, there was a lot of excitement around it. It is only the only song that came out the first day, and it was already top of charts in all radio stations, from Capital FM to Kiss 100 those days, to all other stations. And actually, the following day, we were informed that the music has been banned by KBC. And we were like, why? And we understand that apparently the powers by that time realized that this song is too political because it was already getting traction all over. And we were informed that it has been banned there. But after that, mentioning that the song has been banned is now the song picked up even more. All the DJs started playing it all over the country, and it went, by those days we didn't have social media, so maybe not use the word viral, but it blew up across the country, and it was the music of that time. And later on, one day, we were approached by KANU at that time, so that we can do a remix of the song and change the messaging so that we support KANU. But it was too late. I don't think we could have done such a thing, because they offered money. They came to where we were living. We were living in Donholm at that time. Those agents of KANU, they came with a lot of money in the back of the vehicle, and they really tried to convince us to change the song so that we can praise KANU. But my friend, that song had already taken the country by storm, and I don't think we could have come out and tell people that we've decided we're changing the song to praise KANU. It could have been suicidal. So we decided, we refused the offer, and we decided to let the song be, let the song take its course. And it's one song that really opened doors for us as Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. So I can say it was a song for the moment, it's a song for the future, it's a song for now and of course the future. And I'm so happy that I saw young people during Reject Finance Bill 2024 still using the song as a symbol of struggle, where they are using it to give themselves, that courage so that they can beat the system and they can, fight for their rights. So for the Gen Zs, that is a brief story of the song. Later, I think we'll do more videos around what transpired, because there are so many things I've not mentioned in this video. That's just a short summary so that you understand how the song came about. So Viva Gen Zs, I'm so happy that you decided to use this song in your peaceful demonstrations, although politicians are trying, to infiltrate agenda of Gen Zs. But don't give up. Fight on. This is your future. Thank you.